Thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining us for another installment of Cannabis Infused Yoga. Today we're going to be enjoying a microdose of Liberty Farms Lindsay OG Caviar as we practice the Camel pose, otherwise known as Ustrasana. This is great for the spine. It's also something that you can utilize to minimize anxiety and give yourself a really good energy boost. But being that it is a back bend, be mindful, make sure that you can facilitate this type of movement before attempting it. So let's do a little micro dab of some of that Lindsay OG Caviar. Get ready and I'll meet you on the mat. As you can see, we have a friend joining us today. That is one of CBG's head chills. Bless up, eh? All right, I'll see you on the mat.
All right, my friends, let's begin on all fours. We're going to start with a little cat-cow because I would be a shitty yoga teacher if I just took you right into Camel, because Camel is a back bend and we need to make sure that we're prepared for that in our body before we work the foundations of Ustrasana. So come onto all fours, take the wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. And when you're ready, start to come into your body, moving with the breath. Inhale as you drop the belly, open the chest forward, maybe look up. And then exhale, really press into your feet, press into your palms, round through the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, look up. And exhale, rounding through the spine, navel draws up, tailbone lengthens down, press into all 10 toes, or all of your toes. A couple more times, inhale. And exhale. One more time. Warming up through the spine. Awesome. Heart to earth pose. Take the elbows down where the hands are. And actually, I'm going to walk my elbows out, but you can walk your knees out. I just want to stay on my mat. And we're going to come to basically a half downward dog here. So a little puppy posture here to open up the chest, open up the shoulders. Find length in the lower back. So allow your pelvis to rock up towards the sky. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale. Sweet. Then draw the navel in. This is a great thing to practice too for Camel. Connect to your core. Draw the navel in from your center. Engage the low belly and slowly slide all the way through onto the belly. Great. Sphinx pose. So press into the tops of your toes. Elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Press into your palms. Root down through your index finger and inhale. Open the chest. Inhale in again. Find a broadness through the upper back body. So engage the muscles there. Find a little broadness through the upper back body. And then exhale. Open the heart. Great. Now practice engaging the belly here in Sphinx. So even if it's just an exploration, you don't have to do anything one way or the other, but just draw the navel in a little bit, maybe lift the lower belly in and up. Uddiyana Bandha.
Uddiyana Bandha.
Awesome. And then release. Forehead comes to the mat. We're going to interlace the fingertips behind the tail. You can keep the heels hip width apart. And when you're ready, press into your pubic bone firmly. Press into the tops of the feet. Try to root down through your pinky toe. Pull the knuckles away towards your heels, and when you're ready, press into your foundation to slowly lift the heart up. Now, press into the pubic bone, press in the tops of the feet, but resist this clenching of the buttocks. So try to keep the buttocks soft here. Also great for Camel. Big breaths. Keep the chin tucking into the chest here. So chin tucking in, big, big, big breaths. Shalambhasana variation, locust, open the chest, one more breath, and then exhale, release everything, press into the palms, come back to all fours. Awesome. Knees are going to come together, arch to arch in the feet. We send the heels back, we roll up through the spine, and head over heart, heart over pelvis, hero pose, Virasana. Sit up nice and tall, inhale in, open the chest. And exhale, dropping the shoulders down away from the ears, lots of space. Awesome. Okay, so camel pose, a back bend. one of those really wonderful back bends that if you take your time with, it can be the most amazing thing in the world. And I find that if you rush it, it can be something that can be quite painful and also perhaps prone to injury. So this is a good one to have a foundations for. So if you have a blanket, you can grab it now. If not, you don't need it. It's just like adds a little bit of extra cushion for the pushing. Just kidding, there's no pushing here for the knees and the legs. So we'll come up onto the blanket if you have it, just to kind of alleviate some of that pressure. And if you have it, just go ahead and let the ankles stay on the blanket and the toes spill off. Then whether you have a blanket or not, everyone come to all fours, and we're going to bring the knees right underneath the hip points. And then just imagine kind of squeezing the inner thighs together. In fact, if you have a block handy, you can bring that block to the inner thighs and just kind of feel what it would be like to squeeze the inner thighs together, which creates this kind of scissor effect, this lift up through the pelvic floor. All right. All right, all right, all right. Okay, here we go. So I'm already working with my energetic body. I'm pressing into my toes. I'm lifting up from the pelvic floor. I'm engaging my inner thighs without tightening my butt. And then nice and slow, I'm going to bring the hands to the waistline and come all the way up. And I'm going to try to find that here. Lifting up, up, up. Pressing. And then I'm going to loop the shoulders. Try to visualize what's happening in the upper back body as you loop the shoulders and allow the shoulder blades to really ground down the back body. Think upward current of energy through the front body, grounding through the back body, particularly the tailbone, lengthening down towards the core of the earth. Okay, so now I'm starting to find that action of hugging the muscle to the bone for support. I have my bones stacked right, and I'm ready. So I'm going to bring my hands to the waistline and the thumbs right to the sacrum here. So that bony plate. Right about here, there are other variations which we're going to explore, but for starters, let's just bring the thumbs right there and then actually use the thumbs to remind myself upward current, upward lift through the front body, and then lengthen down with the tailbone. So I'm not clinching or tucking, but I'm actually thinking about grounding, lengthening down to the core of the earth rather than tucking into itself. Okay, take what works for you, leave what doesn't. So sometimes a certain cue will really work for someone else, and then it won't work for another person, but vice versa. So just trying to offer as much as I can in the foundations of yoga for as many people watching, practicing. Cool. All right. Then we move the mic a little, and we play with that lift from the pelvic floor. Begin to open the chest. Again, that squeezing is really important here, often forgotten. So find that engagement of the inner thighs as you draw energy up, 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 pressing down through the elbows, shoulder blades drawing in together and down. And then keep the neck super long here, lots of awareness in the neck as we open the chest. Then press firmly into the tops of the feet and think about taking your heart center up and over like a big rainbow rather than straight back. So I'm wanting to I'm wanting to create and then retain or keep the back lengthened. What's the word I'm looking for? Don't know. But wanting to keep this length in the spine, I'm not wanting to crunch, especially in the lower lumbar. So visualize, you know me, always being creative, your heart lifting up and over rather than going straight back in space. Okay? So here we go. Inhale, loop the shoulders, pull the elbows back, lift your heart. Focus on this foundation of squeezing the inner thighs together and lifting up through that center channel, that plumb line, so that the pelvis is lengthening, the tailbone is lengthening down and the pelvis is coming right underneath your core, your center. Keep the belly engaged, your core engaged, as you begin to lean back, hug the elbows together, and then think about lifting your chin towards the sky and drawing the shoulder blades down. You might just stay here, or you might be able to continue that up and over effect and reach down to grab your heels. Just start with the fingertips on the heels and lifting up from the armpit chest. Inhale, think up and over, lengthen tailbone down towards the earth, down towards the backs of the knees. You want to keep the inner thighs squeezing together here, not splaying out. And then maybe I come a little further
Toe
down.
cramp.
Maybe not. Offering variations in a moment. Inhale, carve a line with the nose to look up. If it feels right, we might release back all the way. Again, lengthening tailbone down, shifting the hips slightly forward, lots of length here. To come out of the posture, bring one hand to the back, then the other, tucking the chin, and then slowly coming back the way we came. So tuck the chin, bring the hands to the back, and roll it up. Then we'll take a break, just coming back onto the heels and letting the blood restore. So come back to this upright position before you do child's pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, baby child's pose. All right, so let's try again. So a lot of the common things is there's too much pressure on the knees, so that's why the blankie is good. A lot of times we get a lot of pain in the lower back because the knees are too wide, or maybe we set ourselves up right, but then when we start to go into the posture, the knees start to splay. Happens all the time in foundation. So that's why it's so important to find that connect and then remain connected as you grow the posture, right? Just like the foundation of a house or something, you want it to remain intact, so that you can be supportive. I'm in a weird mood. Okay. The other thing is that we want to, very interesting. Oh, it's a roly-poly, baby roly-poly. You're chill. Another thing is that we really want to bring the hands to the heels, right? We want to come into this awesome shape that looks so cool and feels so awesome. But maybe it doesn't feel awesome and we can't quite get there. So the blocks are really helpful. You're going to bring them to the outer edges of your heels. Bring them at the top, tip-top level. And then here we go. We squeeze the inner thighs together, thumbs to the sacrum, loop the shoulders, find that length. Go through your checklist. Lengthen tailbone down, lift from the arm to chest. Inhale in, press into the tops of the feet, lengthen tailbone down. Think up and over with your heart. So up and over rather than sending it straight back. Think up and over. And then maybe instead of coming to the heels, you can come to the block here, which is significantly higher.
Really feel that in the thighs.
And we open. Stay engaged through your core, breathing deep. So this is a great variation. You can still take the head back if you like here. Breathing deep. Oh, that's not good for my shoulders. Breathing deep, deep, deep. Come out, tuck the chin, bring the hands to the waistline, slowly roll up. Sending it back, coming to a little Ustrasana variation here, breathing deep. If you have a block, so I didn't really like that block variation for my shoulders, just I think anatomically. Another great thing for the block is to bring it between the ankles so that you can just kind of have a nice base for your feet to squeeze in. Let's do one more, Ustrasana, back bend. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Lift your heart, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Take your time, especially if you're in public class. Don't let anybody rush you. It's your body. This is your temple, your vehicle, so you gotta be mindful. Lengthen tailbone down, lift up through the front body. This time, another variation, I'm gonna take the fingertips behind, palms on the lower back. So this is another variation. Inhale, loop the shoulders, pressing down through the thumbs, lengthen tailbone, engage belly. Just like we did in Sphinx. And then when you're ready, think up and over with the heart. Play.
Play. My olfactory senses are being assaulted by the head chill.
Block there, you can squeeze your block. Inhale, open the chest. And then maybe we reach back, grab the heels. Maybe not. And then we use our breath to really evolve here, evolve this shape. Go on a little journey. Let the breath move you. And then we slowly tuck the chin to the chest, bring one hand, then the other back, slowly, slowly stacking the spine, head over heart, heart over pelvis, smile. Big breath in. Exhale all the way down. Palms come together. Awesome work. Whew, just notice. Great, then bring the knees together. Take a deep breath in. And child's pose, yummy. Rounding through the spine here. If it feels good to bring the fingertips forward, go ahead and do that. Find what feels good. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Tight. Press into the tops of the feet. Tuck the chin into the chest. Engage the belly and slowly roll it back up. Awesome work. Love you. Take good care. See you next time. Namaste.
There you have it. Ustrasana, the camel pose. Hope you have a great time. Thanks. We'll see you next week.